Shalom. This is your brother Yeshua. Before I get into this message, I want to start off by giving all praise, all glory, and all honor to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kwakwadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Just leaving camp, and I want to put this message out there. I pray that it comes out as beautiful as it came in to my head during camp. Um, this is a lesson, but this is also a diary for myself that I want to look back upon because this really, I digested this today. So we know that Luke 12 and 49, Yahweh Shai says, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled now? So Yahweh Shai, when Yahweh Shai comes back, because fire didn't come on the earth when he walked the earth, in the year, 19, in the year 33 or whenever it was he started his ministry, right? He didn't bring the fire then. So when he's coming, so the fire he's bringing, he's going to bring the fire back when he returns to bring judgment to who Yisawidam, but also judgment to 2/3 of the nation of Israel. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that. I believe it's Zechariah 13. Zechariah 13, KJV. Because 2/3 of our people, we know 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed. Oh man, I don't know what happened there. But Zechariah 13 reads as follows. Zechariah 13 and 8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, says Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. So 2/3 of our people are going to die, and 1/3 shall be saved. All right, so judgment is coming. We know Yahweh Shai is coming with judgment, and we know that the judgment is going to be for 2/3 of our people, and it's going to be for the wicked and all the other heathen nations. So we pray for salvation. We pray we pray that we be of that number, the 144,000 elect men that are saved from that. So I want to. So how do we hope to be saved? Is there some kind of mark? Is there some kind of exemption? The answer is yes. Let's get Revelation 7. Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. Context here. We just read Luke talking about Yahushua coming back with fire, judgment. This is the judgment day. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth. Those 4 angels are the archangels, holding the 4 winds of the earth. Those 4 winds are the fire, the judgment, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. All right? So these angels are holding back judgment until the time appointed, until they are given the word. Verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea. So there's another angel that comes from the throne of the Most High with a seal. Matter of fact, I think we should get the Edamon online. Let's see if we can get that. Boom. Seal. Still got to pull up. A design stamped on wax, especially an impressed figure attached to a document. A seal on a letter. Let's see if we get some more words. Small picture, engraved figure, a seal. Here you go at the end, an identifying mark. So before judgment hits the earth, another angel comes down with a mark, with an identifying mark or a sign, saying saying what? Verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of Yahweh in their foreheads. So And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So how do we know that we have the seal? What is the seal? Because we all want to be sealed. All right, because here we see an angel saying, right before judgment, saying, don't hurt anyone with the seal. So the question is, what is the seal? I'm not going to answer that yet, but I'm going to parallel this with what happened in Ezekiel 9. Ezekiel 9. And, this is judgment. Verse 2. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lies toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon. They had a weapon of judgment to murder. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with the writer's inkhorn by his side, and they went in and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of Yahweh of Israel was gone up from the cherub whereupon he was to the threshold of the house. Okay, so we see somebody with the ability to mark. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's ink torn by his side. The writer's ink, all right, the mark. And Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, Yerushalayim, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done on the midst thereof. So here's the marking. All right, he's saying, set the mark. Put a mark on those men that are crying about the abominations that's going on in Jerusalem, that's going on the earth. Well, who's crying right now? The apostles, the prophets. Yes, there are other Israelite camps, but they don't have the 100% truth. Who's crying with the 100% truth? Because anybody can complain. Hell, even the Edomites complain. But who's complaining with righteously with the 100% truth? The apostles of GMS, the apostles and the elders of GMS. All right? So there's the parallel. He said, put the mark on those that are complaining. All right? So hopefully the seal is being revealed to you right now. The seal is being put upon those that are crying. Verse 5, and to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eye spare, neither have pity. Kill these motherfuckers, those that don't have the mark. Verse 6, slay utterly, old and young, both maids and little children, and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, the seal, the same seal in Revelation 7, and begin at my sanctuary, because we know Peter, the book of Peter says, I think like 1 Peter 3 and 17, I believe it says, judgment starts with the house of Jacob. I think it's 1 Peter 3 and something, Salakia. I may be getting it wrong. And begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So judgment came upon those that knew the truth and fell out, those that were not crying out. So I want to stop there. What is the mark? The mark was put on those that were crying. Ecclesiastes 19 and 19 is going to make it very simple, man, and this is beautiful. The knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh is the doctrine of life, and they that do the things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality. The knowledge is the mark, the understanding of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. The fear of Yahweh is the mark. Knowing that you're an Israelite is the mark. Knowing who Esau Edom is the mark. Knowing the name of Yahweh is the mark. Knowing the 100% truth is the mark. You subscribing to this truth and being able to earnestly and like sincerely being able to hear the truth. When you hear the truth and it like an apple, like a golden apple, or a word rightly spoken in due season is like an apple of gold. in pitchers of silver. When when you hear the truth and it feeds your soul like a damn Tetris piece falling into place, like, oh yeah, that goes there. Like, yeah, that lines up, man. That's perfect. When you get that perfect Hail Mary 90-yard pass and it's like, yeah, that went there. We need, if you can hear the truth, you have the mark. You have the mark. All right? Because let's just circle it back. Luke 12, he's coming with fire. Revelation, the angel went out with the seal saying, don't hurt them. Just like in Ezekiel 9, if you had the thawah, the mark, the seal, you were not hurt by the angels of judgment. And who had the mark? Who was the mark put upon? Go, verse 4, Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Yerushalayim, and we know that Yerushalayim is a people before it's a land. Go through the 12 tribes of Israel and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations. Who's crying? Who's crying with the 100% truth? GMS, the Israelites. Who's crying righteously? Righteously, because let's make a separation, because Yahweh makes a separation. Because even Edomites, Egyptians is speaking against Egyptian. Egyptian is rising up against Egyptian. Their tongues are falling upon themselves. You have Edomites complaining amongst oh, it shouldn't be this way. But we are crying with the 100% truth. You see, because it's not just crying, it's not just complaining about, oh, life's fucked up, why are we sending money to Ukraine? Just because a Edomite cries and says that shit doesn't mean he can be saved. All right? It's got to be Ecclesiasticus 19 and 19 that conveyed the knowledge of the commandments of Yahweh. Who was the commandments of Yahweh given to? Psalm 147, 19 and 20. Thou show that word unto Jacob and unto Israel, that thou has not done so with any other nation. It's the Israelites, man. If you're an Israelite, a so-called black, native, and Hispanic, and you can hear this message, you have the mark. You have the mark. Revelation 7. And I think I had, boom, 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 Revelation 14 pulled up. I want to end it with this, because this is where we're going to be at. This is where we hope to be at. Revelation 14. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written on their foreheads. There's that Thawah, there's that mark, there's that seal. And I heard I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, many people, loud, and the voice of a great thunder, super loud. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps super loud, and they had a rhythm. Verse 3, and they sang as it were a new song before the throne. What is the new song? The new song is the new doctrine, the 100% truth. The new doctrine that was given to us dry bones in the valley of death. The new song after times and times and a half, when Abba Bivens set foot in 1969, after 350 years, starting from 1619. That's the new song, man. Not your fucking white Jesus. And they sang as it were a new song before the throne, and before the beast and the elders. And no man could learn that song. You can't learn it. You cannot study it and repeat it like a fucking a Moabite monk, or a fucking chastising, hitting yourself in the back like a fucking crazy ass Catholic with them fucking chastising, or like them fucking crazy ass Elamites who hit themselves in the head until they bleed. That shit is weird. You can't learn this. You cannot learn this, and no man can learn that song. but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. You can't learn it unless you're redeemed from the earth. Matter of fact, let's end it with Ephesians 1 and 4. Because you were redeemed. We were redeemed. If you can hear this truth, you were redeemed. When? According as he has chosen us in him before the foundation of the world. Before the world was created, he chose us that we should be holy. He chose us first as a nation, but then he chose those 144,000 in that nation. He made a separation of Israel, the 12 tribes, from the rest of the heathen nations and the wicked. And then within that separation, he made another separation. All right, and then within that separation, he made another separation. And you may be in that separation if you can hear this truth that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestined us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shah HaMashiach to himself according to the good pleasures of his will. He chose us because he wanted to, man. The Thawah is if you can hear this. I hope you've been edified with that. I say shalom.